This is Skinwalker Ranch. This is where, in 1996, a farmer was tilling his fields when he came across something strange, something that would change him forever. What had once been an ordinary day turned into a terrifying nightmare. Something evil had been awoken. In this remote part of Utah, paranormal activity has been witnessed time and time again. Strange lights have appeared in the sky. Animals have mutilated. Strange creatures have stalked the land, and terrifying sounds have echoed across the valley. It's been called the Bermuda Triangle of the West, and it's left many people questioning the very nature of reality. So let's take a look at the bizarre history of Skinwalker Ranch. It all started when a farmer from nearby noticed some unusual tracks in his field. Curiosity got the better of him, and he decided to investigate. Little did he know that what he was about to stumble upon would change his life forever. As he followed the tracks, they seemed to lead right to the edge of his property line. He could see the distinct imprint of large paws, and it was clear that whatever had made them was unlike anything he'd ever seen before. The tracks were huge and strangely humanoid, like those of a giant ape. They were deep and disturbing and seemed almost otherworldly. And then he saw it, a creature so bizarre that it defied explanation. It was tall and thin with long, spindly arms and legs. Its eyes glowed an eerie red and its skin was a sickly green. The farmer was stunned. He'd heard stories about skinwalkers, evil Navajo witches who could transform into terrifying creatures of the night. But he'd always dismissed them as just folklore. Now, he wasn't so sure. The creature stared at him for what felt like an eternity, its eyes boring into his soul. Then it vanished into the darkness, leaving the farmer shaken to his core. Over the next few weeks, more strange things started happening. Animals began to mutilate themselves, crops were trampled, and strange lights appeared in the sky. The farmer wasn't alone in his experience. Other people in the area started coming forward with their own stories of bizarre encounters. There was a sense of dread and fear that had settled over the town, and no one could shake it. It soon became known as the UFO Ranch and became a hotspot for UFO watchers. Many believed that aliens were behind the strange occurrences. And in 1997, the ranch was purchased by a group of investors hoping to uncover the truth. They installed surveillance equipment and set up a research facility on the property. What they were about to discover would shock the world. The new owners experienced even more bizarre phenomena. Strange geometric shapes appeared in the sky, and mysterious orbs seemed to hover around the property. Some of the researchers even reported seeing the same creepy green-skinned creature that the farmer had seen before. It was as if something was deliberately trying to communicate with them, and it was only the beginning. One night, a team of researchers was investigating strange sounds. When they heard a blood-curdling scream in the distance, it was a horrifying sound that seemed to come from another world. Suddenly, a large shape emerged from the darkness, moving with an unnatural grace and speed. The researchers were terrified, but they managed to capture some footage of the creature before it disappeared. When they reviewed the footage later, they were shocked. To see the same green-skinned creature that had been spotted before, it was taller than any human and seemed to be watching them intently. It was clear that whatever was happening at Skinwalker Ranch was not of this world. But then things took a darker turn. One of the researchers, a young woman named Talia, was exploring the ranch alone when she stumbled upon a strange cave. She could feel a strange energy coming from it and felt compelled to investigate. As she entered the cave, she could hear strange chanting and drumming coming from inside. Suddenly, a group of shadowy figures emerged from the darkness and surrounded her. They were chanting in a language she didn't understand, and their eyes glowed an eerie red. She was paralyzed with fear and couldn't move or speak. Then, just as suddenly as they had appeared, the figures vanished, and Talia found herself alone in the cave. She ran from the cave as fast as she could, never looking back. Back at the ranch, the other researchers were growing increasingly concerned. Talia had been missing for hours, and they had no idea what had happened to her. They started searching for her, calling out her name, but there was no reply. Suddenly, they heard a loud crash and rushed to the source. They found Talia lying on the ground unconscious, and her camera was missing. When they checked the camera footage, they were horrified to see that Talia had been attacked by one of the creatures from the cave. It was clear that whatever was happening on the ranch was not only paranormal, but also dangerous. The researchers quickly packed up their equipment and fled the ranch, never looking back. Soon, rumors were spreading about the strange events that had occurred there. People were fascinated by the story and wanted to know more. In 2016, the New York Times published an article about the ranch which helped to bring it to a wider audience. More and more people started visiting the area, hoping to catch a glimpse of the strange activity for themselves. But some believe that by doing so, they may be putting themselves in danger. Some say that the entities that dwell on the ranch are not to be messed with, and that those who seek them out will never be the same again. There are those who claim that the ranch is cursed, and that anyone who steps foot on the property does so at their own risk. No one knows what kind of dangers may lie in wait, lurking in the shadows, just waiting to strike. The stories of Skinwalker Ranch have captured the imagination of people all over the world. Some believe that the ranch is a gateway to another dimension, while others believe that it's simply a place where the veil between the physical and spiritual realms is very thin. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain. Skinwalker Ranch is a place where the ordinary rules of reality seem to be suspended and anything is possible. If you're brave enough to visit the ranch yourself, be careful. You never know what you might encounter there. What do you think is going on at Skinwalker Ranch? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out more content. Thanks for watching.